I've got 10 fragrances here with 2 honorable mentions that are classy, masculine, and perfect for the gentleman, and we're going to discuss those coming right up. Hi guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Looking, Feeling, Smelling Great, and that's right, this is a top 10 list of classy, masculine, gentlemanly fragrances, and we've got 2 honorable mentions. And after I reviewed Citizen X by Ex Nhilo a few weeks back, I don't know if you saw that or not, but I'll have a link below. I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and compile a list of the classy, masculine, gentlemanly fragrances. So I've got 12 here, 2 honorable mentions in this top 10 list, and let's go ahead and get started. At number 12, we've got a niche brand by the name of Penhaligon, and the fragrance that I've also reviewed is Opus 1870. Now what I like about this is the pepperiness, but it's all very gentlemanly and masculine. Unfortunately, the cap is a little loose, so it doesn't stay, but the bottle is gorgeous like all other Penhaligon's bottles. And of course, the bow tie is on there, and it's really a lovely scent with black pepper and some resins and some woody notes. It just smells lovely, and it's very, very classy. It's very gentlemanly and definitely masculine as well. So if you want something less expensive than some of the fragrances that are on this list, and you can definitely find bargains for Opus 1870, I highly recommend this one if you like your fragrances a little on the peppery side. So Opus 1870 by Penhaligon is number 12, or honorable mention number 1. So number 11, or honorable mention number 2, is a fragrance that I wore immediately upon its release back in 2006. It was a groundbreaking fragrance from the designer house of Hermes. It is a fragrance created by Jean-Claude Elena. It's been huge. And what I have here is the Pure Parfum edition of the original Eau de Toilette, which I bought first in 2006, and that is Terre de Hermes. Now, why do I find this classy and masculine? It's the vetiver, it's the citrus, and it just has very classy masculinity about it. And it's perfect for the gentleman to wear something like this and, you know, feel confident and so forth and get on with the day. Unfortunately, I had gotten tired of the fragrance for quite some time, but I found a great deal on this big one. Somebody was getting rid of it, so I thought, okay, let's go ahead and pick it up. It was only around $55 for, I think this is like 150 mils, something like that, or maybe 120 mils. So it's quite huge, and I thought, let's go ahead and start wearing it again because I really do love it. And it's funny because the more I get into vetiver, I love vetiver, I start picking up the vetiver out of this fragrance a lot more rather than the other woody notes. It's just like, whoa, that vetiver is just standing out so much now that I'm wearing it like the 3rd or 4th time. So Terre de Hermes is number 11. Again, this is the Pure Parfum edition, so it's a little concentrated. It's slightly different than the original Eau de Toilette, but still very classy, very masculine, and very gentlemanly fragrance. So number 10, here's our top 10, is the fragrance I was telling you about that I reviewed after I got the idea to do this list. That is Citizen X by Ex Nhilo. Again, this is a resinous fragrance with the mastic resin being the dominant note. And I just find it very classy and masculine. But you know what? It's a fragrance that doesn't jump out at you, so it's kind of subdued. It's kind of like behind the scenes kind of a fragrance. So it's for the gentleman that wants to wear a fragrance but doesn't want to stand out. So it's like something that you would wear, still smell great, it's still classy, still masculine, but something that's not going to like grab attention from people. So it's going to be more closer to your skin, just simpler fragrance. So if you don't know the brand Ex Nhilo, do check it out. I think it's a great brand. They also have a fragrance in their collection that kind of smells like Tom Ford's Oud Wood, but it's slightly different. I think it's called Bois d'Hiver. I think Winter Wood is what it's called. Bois d'Hiver, I think. And it smells kind of like Tom Ford Oud Wood, and I have Tom Ford Oud Wood in this list. But I decided to put this one in here because I find it very classy and gentlemanly. So Ex Nhilo is, Citizen X is number 10. At number 9, a fragrance that has was launched, and it was a groundbreaking release from the designer house that I rarely speak about. It's YSL, Yves Saint Laurent, and the fragrance is M7 Oud Absolu in the newer bottle that I picked up. It used to be a black bottle, or like I had a black label all around it. Now it's clear, and the original, of course, is the groundbreaking Oud release M7. You know, the argument is that the original was really, really awesome, and I recently received a bottle thanks to a very lovely gentleman from Portugal who sent me the original M7, which I really appreciate the fact that he did that. And I've compared them, and even though I like the original M7 better, I still think this is still very, very wearable nowadays. It's very classy, woody, masculine, and gentlemanly fragrance. So if you don't know M7 and you want to, you know, venture into oud, but it's like not the kind of oud that's like the very niche-y oud. This is very designer. It's very woody, oudy. I think this would be the one to start out with if you've thought about venturing into the oud fragrances, and you know you want to kind of explore something more accessible. Definitely try this one, and I find it to be very, very classy, masculine, and gentlemanly. So M7 Oud Absolu. And here's the kicker, this was like $40. Really, really good deal I found online. So it's by YSL, so that's number 9. So at number 8 is a fragrance from the house of Le Galion, a niche house out of Paris. This fragrance is called Special for Gentlemen. It's in this bottle right here. And what I like about this one, it's like an aromatic with like resins. So it's quite unique. It also smells like there's like this like balsam in there, so it's kind of what do you call it? It's woody, but almost like tonka bean is present in here, and but the aromatics just beautiful. And I find it to be very, very classy, very gentlemanly, and very, very masculine, kind of leaning into like historic fragrances that are released for, you know, gentlemen and masculine releases and things like that. So I really love this one. This was the very, very first fragrance I smelled from this brand. Finally, I picked up a bottle from an online store, and I'm really, really happy I have a whole bottle, because originally when I smelled the original, I had it in like a kit of 10 ml minis, but now we've got the whole entire bottle, and really, really love the way this smells. So Special for Gentlemen by Le Galion is number 8. At number 7, we've gone to the house of Creed, and this is Royal Mayfair. Why do I find this classy and masculine? Man, it is a classy masculine. It's rose, but it's got vodka or gin in here. Also, the eucalyptus note is huge. Like, it's really, really big, but it almost comes off like very aromatic and fresh, with the eucalyptus adding a spiciness to it. So just really, really lovely scent. This was a rebranding of their really awesome Windsor, which was a vaulted fragrance, and they decided to re-release it as Royal Mayfair. So the fragrance, comparing the two, they're definitely not the same, but very, very close, if that makes sense. So Royal Mayfair, find it very classy, masculine, and gentlemanly. So I think it's appropriate for a gentleman to wear. So that's number 7, and it's by Creed. At number 6, we're going to the house of Hermes again. This time we've got Equipage Geranium. Now this is a fresher take on a gentlemanly, classy fragrance, and it's really, really lovely. It's a fresh, spicy fragrance, and I find it to be a very, very classy and masculine and gentlemanly release from this house, and a very underrated release as well. So if you don't know it, you should probably be able to get some discounts on this fragrance. I've seen them online for around $80 for 100 ml, so that's a pretty good deal. Normally they retail for about 130, I think 125, somewhere around there. So do give this one a chance. It's from the same house that released Terre de Hermes, but this one's, something about this one is a lot classier for me. So Equipage Geranium by Hermes at number 6. So at number 5, we're going to the house of Tom Ford, and it is the Oud Wood I was talking about. I only have my atomizer here as I have the large 250 ml flacon, but this one I find to be very, very classy and masculine. It's an oud again, but one of those ouds that's like rounded off with some creaminess, but it's also very fluffy and airy, and just a really lovely, lovely scent that I really love to wear. The only negative with this one is the performance is not as good as other releases from the house. It just, like, as I said, airy, fluffy, kind of doesn't have the denseness and performance of it that I really like. But as far as the smell goes, it smells so good. It's, I think, one of the better releases from the house of Tom Ford from the private blend collection. So I highly recommend this one. If you want to venture into oud again and you haven't yet, definitely you can start out with this one. This one, actually, I find it a little easier to wear than the M7 Oud Absolu, because that one kind of come off like a little more dense. But the airiness, the airy quality of this one, the Oud Wood from Tom Ford, is just perfect for those of you that are scared of oud. So Oud Wood by Tom Ford is at number 5. At number 4, we've got one fragrance from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. And then we're going with the release Lumiere Noire pour Homme. And the reason I find this one to be very classy and masculine is the patchouli is so well blended with the rose. And when I'm saying rose here, you're not going to smell like roses. It's just quite different. Classy, just very masculine patchouli that's actually like toned down the floral quality of the rose, but you can still smell it in there, but it's not like your in-your-face rose. So if you're looking for something a little unique, maybe a slight bit floral, but with lots of patchouli, but not the kind of patchouli that's like a head shop kind of patchouli. It's not like a hippie patchouli, just very classy and masculine patchouli for a man to wear. Very gentlemanly scent. So it's MFK or Maison Francis Kurkdjian Lumiere Noire pour Homme, number 4. At number 3, we're going to the house of by Kilian, and the fragrance that I have added to this classy, masculine, gentlemanly list is Straight to Heaven. Again, we're going to patchouli again, and what I like about this one is the boozy quality. It's the rum with the combo of dried fruits. There's dried fruits in here, and the vanilla. So starts out very dry and earthy, and then it just dries down on me to become sweet. The sweetness comes out, the dried fruit and the vanilla kind of kick in. And when my body temperature rises, or if it's hot outside, when I wear this in the heat, it comes alive. It smells so wonderful. So I find it to be very classy, very masculine, but I also find it very unisex. So more on the masculine side. So if you like a boozy fragrance, if you like patchouli, if you like, you know, fruity, somewhat fruity, it's not like the fruity that's like a fresh fruits and kind of bubblegummy bright fruits. This is more like dry, a little more denser, kind of thicker fruit. Then Straight to Heaven is the one you should try for a classy, masculine, gentlemanly fragrance. That's number 3. So the top 2, we've got one from the house of Houbigant, and that is Fougere Royale. This is the ultra classy, masculine, gentlemanly fragrance. It's all green. It's a very green fragrance. It's a fougere, meaning fern-like. So you've got all the traditional fougere notes in here, lots of herbs, and there's also coumarin and just all kinds of like aromatic style or aromatic type of notes to make a fougere. So it does definitely smell like fern, but it's a lot more than that, and it's very classy. So if you don't know the brand Houbigant and you don't know Fougere Royale was one of the first fragrances for men and one of the first fougères, of course. They basically innovated it, and this was a relaunch that came out in 2010. And I recently was given, as a gift, a little sample of the Pure Parfum edition of this one. It's a very concentrated edition of this scent, and I just really love it. But if you can't afford the Pure Parfum edition, I think this is just perfect. And there's deals to be had online for the Houbigant Fougere Royale. Definitely look for it, and it's very masculine, classy, masculine, gentlemanly scent. So Fougere Royale, number 2. And finally, at number 1, we're going back to the house of Creed, and I've fallen in love with this scent. I picked up another bottle, and I just can't get enough of it. It's Royal Oud, Very, very classy, very masculine, very gentlemanly scent. And I don't get much oud from here. I get more cedar. Reminds me of cedar trees. It kind of also smells like a little like tobacco, ashy kind of tobacco, with a very fresh background. I mean, it's just a wonderful release. I find this to be one of the better Creeds, better than Aventus for sure. Royal Oud rocks, and it's a perfect, classy, masculine, gentlemanly fragrance. So there you have it. That's my top 10 list with 2 honorable mentions. What are your favorite classy, masculine, gentlemanly fragrances? Please list below. And how do you think I did with this list? Have you tried any of these fragrances? Are you curious to try any of them? Are you thinking some of them are not as classy or masculine or gentlemanly? Please write below so we can get a conversation started. Also, please like this video, please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.